morning, great day, hello, good night, good evening, wherever you're listening from, wherever you're watching from. It's your girl, Lakeisha Michelle, in the building. It is Friday. I'm fired up. It's Fired Up Fridays. Got my Life on Fire shirt. If you guys don't know, you can get the single Life on Fire because it's just an amazing song about deciding that you're going to literally take action and you're going to be fired up no matter what position you're in. You're using your energy, your mindset, your determination, your perseverance. You're using all of those things to literally increase everything that's happening in your life. And so definitely get the single Life on Fire. Type it into iTunes, Tidal, Google Play, all of the things, darling. All of the things, darling. Hello, hello, hello. What's up, y'all? I'm feeling like going to Vegas, not because I'm a gambler, because my auntie lived there. I talked to my auntie and I was like, I miss her. I need to go see her. I need to just go touch her. If I could just touch the hem of her garment. So I think I'm just going to get some tickets and just be out tonight. But before we do any of the things, let us just come into the room and just talk about how do we need to be in order to get all the success that we seek. That is what Good Tea for Life is all about. So if you're watching right now, that means you're amazing because you want to tune into something other than someone twerking on the internet. There's 1,000 videos of people twerking. I literally was just minding my business and literally I was like, why is someone twerking on my timeline? Like there's always, now y'all know I love me a good twerk. But I'm not gonna put, that's not like, why is that the main conversation? Like you guys, once you're done twerking, you actually have to live life, pay bills, and try to achieve something in your life, okay? So I'm gonna need you to do something more than twerk because that's just pretty whack. So today we're gonna talk about, this is what came to me. A lot of things came to me. One of the things that came to me was, so many things, but one of the things that came to me was breakthroughs on the other side of failure. We've been talking about failure. We've been talking about people using other people's stories, as well as I include my own of the many quote unquote failures, which is not real, by the way, if you've not heard that. But we've been talking about other people's like experience and how, because of the perceived fail, they had a breakthrough. And so that came to me, you know, that there's a breakthrough on the other side of the friction that you may be experiencing in your life right now. There is a breakthrough on the other side of the friction that you may be experiencing in your life right now. It is there. That's what happens. It's here. The breakdown is here to teach you something that you need. And so in the breakdown, there's a way to be so that you can actually receive and unlock all of these different things. And so I was reading and I've just been just kind of just chilling and just you know, just feeling the vibes, right? And so it was on my heart about tithing. And so I was like, oh, let me bless a ministry this week that's blessed me. So I sent the money. And then I was thinking just, you know, we really need to explore just the whole concept of being a blessing and how you don't even know the depth of your blessing. You don't even know the depth of the blessings that you're giving other people. Like, I don't know. And you, like, we don't have an idea because our minds are odd. They reference what you already know. And so then you make that be versus like expanding. So like something as simple as sowing 10% of money that you have received, you are funding possibility for other people to get blessings through that particular avenue, right? And so it's not just about you, but the scripture says in Deuteronomy 14:29, it says, then the Levite, because he has no portion or inheritance among you, the foreigner, the fatherless, the widow. Think about that for a second. This scripture is saying the mother who doesn't have any support, the person who's from another country who's just feeling like completely fish out of water. I don't know, have you ever just dropped into another country? I've been to several countries and it's totally different. You don't need to be scared. If you haven't been, don't be scared. Still get out, go see the world. But when you're the foreigner in another country, it's a different story. It's easy for an American to be like, yeah, everybody go back to where they came from. That's dumb, first of all. I don't subscribe to that ignorance. But it's easy for you to say when you ain't been dropped into another country, because then when you go to another country, you want people to have grace and sympathy because you don't speak their language. You don't know their ways. So then you're like, well, I don't know. It ain't no excuse, remember? Grace, baby, grace. The foreigner, the fatherless, the widow, all of these different categories of people. In the scripture, it says, then the Levite, the foreigner, the fatherless, the widow within your gates may come and eat and be satisfied. So you are doing the work, like whatever the work is, not just giving money to a ministry, but the things that you do, so your work, your job that you quote unquote hate, that nobody told you you had to work, but you have to work, because that's a choice as well. That work that you do, you need to honor it. If you signed up for it, honor it. If you're giving, then give with honor, give with excitement, because I don't know the foreigner, the widow, and the fatherless that I'm touching. Because yeah, you're that important, no matter if it was something small, if it was something big. So it's really awesome. I just was in that space of just like gratitude, you know, for the fact that even in the moments where you feel like you're doing just a little, or you feel like, thank you so much, you guys on Instagram, or you may feel like, you know, what you're doing is not big enough, it's not important enough, like you matter. And the thing is, can you give? Can you support? Can you put out? Can you persevere? Can you push even when things are like saying that you should lay down and be quiet? See, faith is all about proving it. If you believe in your business, then you got to prove it. So the title is Prove It, because I'm like, at the end of the day, if you believe that you were called to something, then you better prove it, period. Like if you believe that you were called, that you have a message, that you have a song, that you have a movement, that you have a whatever, if you a love, that you have a health desire, if you believe that this was placed on your heart, then you better prove it. And in these moments of, we've been talking about failure, and I showed you guys this woman, Annie Malone, who created this empire back in the 1900s when Black skin definitely was talked like trash, and so was a woman. Like women weren't valued, and neither was the Black race, right? And so she created, look at all of this. She proved that the visions that were sent to her were not going to be in vain. God trusted her, sent her the visions. This is where she came from. Look at that little shotgun. Oh, wait, that's not the shotgun. This is the shotgun. This is the shotgun house. This is where she started. Parents dead. This is where she started. Parents dead. Brother and sister had to raise her. But see, we're all connected. That, you know, it sounds, I remember when I used to hear people say that, and I used to be like, they're just way too woo-woo. It's just true, you guys. We're all connected. We're all a part of this bigger picture. The scripture says that the foreigner is going to profit from what you send out, from the things that you're doing, the work. You may work for the city. You may do trash cleanup. Everything matters. Everything matters. And so what happens is, what I feel like Good Tea for Life is all about is, how do I become a person who, no matter the situation, I do it with honor, I do it with excitement, I do it with gratitude. Because if we all decided to do that, man, how would the world be? And the crazy part is that because it's the world and it seems so massively unattainable, we'll leave it to somebody else. But every single day that we all have an attitude of, I'll leave it to somebody else, then that's why we see all this turmoil. But if the majority was doing everything with honor, forgiving and loving your neighbor, there's so much judgment. Media breeds judgment. Media breeds hatred. Media breeds all of these things. So we need to be dominating the media. But you're too busy judging yourself. Golly. So everything is always about, you have to literally prove that you love God. By being a reflection, walking in the characteristics, taking action, being a big thinker, being an abundant-minded person. You know how many people won't start a business because they say, oh, so-and-so's already doing that, you know? I think that's the weirdest thing, that the enemy lets you think that, because I tell people all the time, prime example, if Kim Kardashian can have a makeup line and her sister can too and become a billionaire, and then the other sisters join in on the makeup line, they're living examples of that. There's enough. It doesn't matter that she's already popular and she's already doing it. We can do it too. See, some of y'all are thinking wrong. Abundant thinking means somebody else is doing it, so that means there's room for me. That's an abundant thought. Lack mentality is somebody else is doing it, so how am I going to do it? It's not enough room. It's overcrowded. There's no more customers. There's no. No. It's no bueno, you guys. It's no bueno. So here's the thing. Why do I keep getting this? So here's the thing. We have to live a life of, now when I say prove it, I don't mean walk around trying to prove that you're good enough, that's the wrong energy. That's not what I mean when I say prove it. Because Lisa Nichols, one of my favorite things that she ever taught me was, I have nothing to defend, nothing to hide, nothing to prove. I don't have to prove to you I'm good enough. You'll see. I can just be. I can be me because I know that I'm enough. And so I don't have to hide my flaws because my heart will make up for whatever it is that I'm not doing. Right? My heart is always in the right. Like I have a will to do good and be good, and I'm gonna stumble, but my heart is right. So I really ain't got time to hide nothing. Like, right? And then you don't have to in 2019. It's a reality show. Like who cares? Who cares? Show me a perfect person. You can't. So like, I'm not saying prove it from that perspective, because some people have felt that they weren't good enough, or somebody told you that you were stupid and that you were dumb and that you couldn't. And so you spend your life trying to prove. And that's very tiring. Do you know how tiring it is to walk around trying to prove to somebody something? People that ain't even ask you to prove it. So now you just woe out and tired. You walking around with a defense and you just ready to fight everybody that you meet. You're looking for some reason to see that they're going to think you're not good enough. That's a really bad way to walk around. Like, that's draining. Like, I ain't got time for that. So walking in a knowingness that you're enough, that's a different type of situation, right? So when I say prove it, I'm meaning prove it that you have faith. Prove it that you're going to persevere and push past what says that you shouldn't make it. See, this little shotgun house where this lady was born, it says that she shouldn't have made it. And she went from a shotgun house to owning a whole product line and creating space for people to learn to think as big as her. She changed the way that her race was thinking. And so she impacted people to this day. This is the 1900s, and I am inspired to be like her. I am inspired to think bigger because of her in the 1900s. See, you thought this was about you. You thought this was about you, huh? It's not. Look what she was able to accomplish. An African-American woman in the 1900s. She was teaching people how to walk and talk and be benefits to the society, to actually just like she was teaching them all the things, all the information that was being kept away from this race. She said, oh, I'm gonna teach you how to stunt. I'm gonna teach you how to have class. I'm gonna teach you that you can do anything. And the way that I'm gonna teach you is I'm going to prove it. Boom, boom, boom. I'm going to prove it. The way that I'm going to teach you that you can overcome anything, even in a time where our skin is being, we're just targeted because of, we just literally penalized. And no, you don't have to be black to understand this message. For all my people that listen to like, okay, no, like, listen, this is just one example. Find the example that pulls on your heart, that shows you that no matter what you're experiencing, you're enough, and that you need to think bigger, and that you can do this. And there's a certain way of being that allows you to accomplish something like rooftops, roof garden tops in the 1900s. Come on, somebody. 1900? Like, what? And I'm still talking about it? And I'm still inspired to think big enough to where I need garages to house my vehicles that are doing. So look, garage facilities are provided for the motor equipment of the business. And there is ample space for the accommodation of cars of guests who wish to avail themselves of this convenience. Listen, she had to get cars for her people. I love it. Pearl College automobiles convey students and visiting agents to and from the station and about the city. So she had cars that take people around the city. You talk about changing someone's mindset. Have you ever been in a Rolls Royce or a Maybach? Like, have you ever just really just been in first class? Like, some people just haven't. She was taking these people who didn't have this experience and placing them in this first class experience. Let me tell you something. Once you fly first class, you be really trying to like feeling away. Like, I just need a jet. I mean, y'all hear me talk about it all the time. Y'all want to see my jets on my vision board? I look at it all the time. I'll be like, okay. And every time the jets fly over my house, I'll be like, ooh, 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 ooh. I'm next. I'm next, boo. Ooh, my Pinterest got good pictures on it. I love Pinterest. Okay, let me not get distracted. Where's my little board? I have all my pictures of my jets. And it needs to be Hold on, let me show y'all. Y'all, if you don't use Pinterest like a vision board, because I travel a lot and stuff, like I like to just be able to look at my stuff like 24/7. So where is it? Why is it not showing up? That's so odd. There we go, right there. Boom. Jets. Jets, jets, jets. Helicopters, jets. I need it all. I be want to just take myself out. I'm take the lady out because I mean that's a white lady. I love you, white ladies, others watching, but I need to see some black people so it could just really sink into my subconscious. See, I got to be the person on Pinterest with the jet because there's not enough black women on jets. I'm trying to see people that look like me too. Hello, all my stuff. Don't get mad, get glad. Me getting off my jet. Hey y'all, getting off my jet. Hey y'all, jet, jet, jet. Y'all better get y'all some vision. Listen, get y'all some vision. Look at this, me pulling up to the jet late night. Just got through speaking, singing. You know, the car service is taking us to the jet. Get your life. Think bigger. Think bigger. Some of y'all are too scared to put that on y'all board because y'all like, what would I be doing? How is it going to happen? I don't know. Me and my man, he up to big things. Now, granted, these white people, I'd be like, man, I wish I could see some black people, but I really be trying to find black people on jets. It's very, I got to be the person that breaks the standard because, I mean, it's really not like a common thing. Like, I'm just saying. But anyway, the moral of the story is this. You have to think bigger. And you have to prove that you can't just think bigger. You got to start doing something. Stop studying so much and do something. What you going to do this weekend? I keep telling y'all. What y'all going to do? Some of y'all, it's the weekend, so I'll do it on Monday. What? It's a day. I'm sorry. You don't have to subscribe to what people think the weekend means. You can live every day like it's the weekend. And you also can like make any day the day that you decide that you're going to radically change your life. And you got to prove it. You got to do something. So the thing about doing something is getting clear. This lady said, you know what? I know that I want to own the building and the car services and all of that, right? She knew she had all of this other stuff she wanted to do. But see, to do something for her was to start at ground zero. See, from the shotgun house, all she could do was come up with some hair cream in the beginning. See, some of y'all won't start because you're so busy wanting the private jet that you discount the work that it takes on the way to the private jet. See, nobody just arrives at a private jet unless she was born like Paris Hilton or something. You know what I'm saying? There's work to be done, and that work is necessary for you as well as the people that you're touching because the work is always building my muscle. The work is always giving me something that I need. So you start where you are. You pick the lowest hanging fruit, okay? Picking the lowest hanging fruit for her was starting with a hair cream. Some of you guys want $1 million product line. That's okay. That's awesome. Yes, hold to the vision. But start with one product and let everybody know it. She took that product and remember, what was the story? Who can remember? She went door to door. Some of y'all so scared to go pass out flyers. So scared to go door to door. So scared to like, what? You know how crazy I look to a lot of people? She doing this. It was so funny, y'all. Last night I was with my family and I was like, hey, y'all, what do I do for a living? They were like, and my dad was like, anything you want. Okay, Dad, thank you. I agree with that. My aunt was like, well, you're supposed to be some type of teacher or something. Be teaching people about business or something. No one knew. See, y'all so busy worried about your family wanting to, my family doesn't support. What is your family supposed to be your family? Like your family, my auntie had me laughing. I be telling her, I said, auntie, you just petty. That's my petty auntie. She always starts something. She's like, you supposed to be some type of teacher. What? Supposed to be? What in the world? Like that's my family. So I just need to love my family. I need to build my family, love my family. Some of you guys are not starting because you want your family to be your number one fan. And they're supposed to love you. I'm at my family house. I'm just shell. Like I'm literally shell. I'm country. I'm fun. I'm barefoot. I'm drinking sugar water, Kool-Aid. I'm eating stuff that I normally don't eat to make my stomach hurt the next day. I'm being with my family. That's what my family's for. My family's not supposed to be the people that are rushing by all my stuff. Those are called customers. Somebody need to hear that. Work that out. So listen, here's the deal. Proving that you have a vision and you feel that something is on your stomach, right? You feel that, okay, I need to go do this. I'm called to do this thing. Write it down, please. Write it down. And then say, what can I start with? Because that's going to come true. What's kind of like, what I'm going to do this right now. And everything that you choose to do right now, please release the fear of, is this going to like mess up and then it's going to take away the whole vision and it's all going to crumble and crash? Like, don't do that. Don't do it in that energy. That's not a good energy. You want to do it in the energy Knowing, it's a knowingness. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. God is always showing me my next best step. God is always showing me my next best step. I take inspired action quickly. Right? And so because I'm walking from that space, I can take action and feel comfortable and feel safe, knowing that I'm going to be okay. I am okay. And it's just a matter of time that I'm going to be saying, I remember when I used to dream about riding on private jets. I remember when. Now it's just like the way that I have to travel because my life is so big. I'm helping so many people. Look at this lady's vision. She wanted to change the way people thought. And so proving it, she had to start with a hair cream. Okay? Lady Gaga, we talked about Lady Gaga this week. Lady Gaga, at the height of her career, was broke. Are you willing to look broke to your family? Her daddy said, I don't understand how you this popular and you broke. I don't have time to explain to you what you don't understand about my life. Because whose life is it? Mine. Who was given the vision? Me. I don't have time to explain to you what it looks like. I just got to act on what I know. What Lady Gaga knew is that if she just took all her money and threw it into this design of the set to someone that is not thinking like her, that is thinking fear-based, to someone that has a lack mentality, to someone who likes to pretend they're bigger than they are, they're going to be like, she must be doing bad. You have to be willing to get talked about. You have to be willing to look crazy. You have to be willing to let some stuff go and be behind so that you can invest in your vision and your dream. See, y'all ain't trying to be that radical though. Proving it, you have to be okay with looking crazy. You have to persist towards the vision. You have to be okay with your mistakes, decisions that you made that weren't the best decisions. You have to forgive yourself quickly and bounce back. Some of y'all so busy being in shame, you're operating and doing things because you're still covering up and walking in shame. And so you're missing the abundance. You're missing the people that are assigned to help you because you're just like, nobody can help me. Nobody can know the truth. Nobody can you realize that, guys, truth is so freeing for so many different reasons because guess what? You can just walk freely. And then when you're walking freely, you see inspiration, you see ideas, you see these things that come to you and you can grab a hold and start taking action and you can radically change your life, but not if you're not being all the way you. Take me as I am. Take me as I am. I ain't got time to be worried about your thoughts about me. I don't have time to explain to you what I'm up to. Stop trying to, and don't be the person that's looking for explanation and trying to snoop and see what you're doing. Snoop and see what you're doing. What are you doing in your life? That's what you should be snooping about. You understand what I'm saying? This lady did not have time to be trying to tell people. Her friends and family said, you shouldn't get a bigger building. Look what happened when she got a bigger building. She could help more people. See, abundance thinking is not going to make sense to your people around you a lot of times. That's why you got to always be looking for the people that are thinking like you. And a lot of times the people that are thinking like you, they don't look like you, they don't walk like you, they don't talk like you. They're in places that you normally wouldn't go, and that requires you to stretch, and that is necessary. So there's something that you may be even called to do this weekend that's not going to make sense to you. You're like, okay, I normally don't do that, or I normally don't go over there, or I normally don't talk about this. I normally don't read this book. I normally don't watch this kind of live stream. I normally don't. But I'm feeling called to do so. How about this weekend? Pay attention to what you feel called to do. And then take action. She felt called to build something bigger than she could ever imagine. But the first thing she did was start with some hair cream. And that hair cream turned into a whole product line. And that product line created Madam C.J. Walker. The people that's who everybody, recognize more famously than this person. But if it wasn't for this lady, there's so many people that went on to invent things for the Black hair industry. But it started with the lady who parents died, who brothers and sisters had to raise her, who grew up in poverty. It started with her in her poverty environment. Look at my auntie. Hey, auntie. Get out your comfort zone, blind faith. Exactly. My auntie was an example of proving it. I watched my auntie go and say, I'm not qualified for this job, but I'm about to go get this job. She'd be like, watch, Niecy. She put on her some red lipstick, baby, come back. She got a job. That's supposed to have a degree. She ain't got the degree, but she got the job though. Perseverance, determination, a made up mind. When your mind is made up that you're going to get something, even if it wasn't the one that you thought, you end up getting that, right? You end up getting that or and I always say this or something better. Please adapt that. This or something better. You have to be willing to take opportunities. So you guys, here's a funny thing. I was supposed to be in Chicago, right? I put myself in a position so that if I got this job in Chicago, I sold everything. I was ready to rock, packed it all up, just waiting on the phone call. Well, guess what, you guys? I didn't get the position. And the funny thing is everything was saying, yes, you got the position, you got the position, you got the position. And then I didn't get the position. Some of you guys would be so sad and I was just like, okay, this or something better. What's next? What's next? This or something better. This or something better. This or something better. That's a mentality. So you're not even like tripping like, what do you need to be sad? It's like this or something better. But I just wanted to be ready. See, some of y'all ain't radical though. I'm radical. Like, what are things? Things ain't nothing. What are things? If there's something I got once, I can get it 10 times, period. See, it's how you be. It's walking by faith. It's taking action even though you don't see the full answers. It's risking things. Y'all playing so safe. Playing it safe is dangerous. Playing it safe is dangerous, y'all. For real. So this weekend, I want you to think about what action. We've been talking about failure. Failure is not real. We've been talking about starting with what you have. We've been talking about, persevering because maybe you're already on the path. You're already walking by faith and you just needed to be reminded to stay determined. Stay at it. Don't quit, right? If you know in your heart of hearts that this is it, then you can't quit. So this weekend, I want you to really think about that. I want you to really think about, okay, am I proving that I believe this is already done? I want you to pay attention to the fact that when you're giving and when you're being, there are people that you're going to touch that you don't even know about. In this scripture, it caught my eye because it says the foreigner, the fatherless, the widow within your gates. That means the people in your community, they can come and eat and be satisfied. And the rest of the scripture says, and the Lord your God will bless you in the work of your hands. See, the blessings come to you endlessly because you seek to be a blessing. You seek to persevere. You seek to create that opportunity. You seek to be a blessing in someone else's day, a smile, a hug, a seed that you sow. That's a way of being. You have to prove the fact that you believe that God wants to bless you all the time by being the blessing, by giving, by being willing to sacrifice. So I dare you this weekend to look at your life, pick a category. If you say you want to save a marriage, prove it. If you say you want to lose weight, prove it. What you eating this weekend. If you say that you just want to show yourself that I love myself, prove it. How will you self-care this weekend? If you say that in self-care, maybe you need to cut somebody off. Self-care, maybe you need to just go get a massage. Prove it by investing in yourself, buying some education. Prove that you believe in your business by reading a book that you normally wouldn't read. Assessing your business because you normally don't like to look at it because it scares you because it's like, oh my God, I don't want to face reality. But if you believe that your business is supposed to thrive, then you want to look at the paperwork and stop avoiding it. So prove it by doing that this weekend. This weekend, I dare you to prove it. Walking by faith means that you're going to take action on something that you invisibly know, like you're believing in the intangible, but you have to do what's tangible in the human experience right now. Because I'm human on earth, what's talking, what's being, you guys, this is my spirit, this is my soul, this is like, I'm a spirit being, but this dirtbag body got some stuff to do on this earth. So I dare you to prove it. Hey, Margaret. Courage over comfort, right? Because it takes courage to prove it, because it takes courage to get the strength to speak up for yourself at work. It takes courage to walk away from something that doesn't serve you anymore. You're tired of being abused. You're tired of being controlled. So you're walking away. It takes courage because there's a lot of fallout with that, right? It takes courage to push the plate back when it's right there and you ain't gonna get a whooping. You ain't gonna like, what's gonna happen? I can still just eat it and try it again tomorrow. Courage. It takes courage to go after your dreams. Exactly, Anna. What's going on? It does. It takes courage to invest in anything, whether it's mental investment, energetic investment, financial investment. So I dare you to be courageous this weekend and prove that you actually believe. I can't tell you what to believe in because everybody got their own experience. But pick one thing that you actually say, I'm going to go all in. I'm going to prove my faith. Some of y'all paying tithes is a simple example of proving. Some people don't pay tithes, and I'm not here. Do what you want to do. But I hear people argue about it all the time, and it was on my mind because I just did it. And I'm like, that's really a conversation that we need to have because it's not about the money. It's about proving that you believe God is a provider, the ultimate provider, and that you don't believe in lack. You believe that there is no lack and that you're always provided for. So you freely give, not knowing how. You just freely give, like not knowing how it's going to return back to you, not knowing how, like just boom, go. I was watching some pastor, I can't remember his name. It's the pastor that John Gray took over his church. I can't remember that pastor's name, but he was talking about how when he met TD Jakes, so this pastor, I can't remember his name, but he was in the beginning of starting his church. And he was saying that, Anna says, ooh, that's so good. I'm ready to prove it 100%. I'm grateful for you. Thank you. He was sharing his testimony and he said he had just got on his feet. You ever feel like you finally got out the hole? Oh God, I just got out the hole. And now I feel something that tells me to do something that feel like it's going to put me back in the hole. But you know what? He said, he's sitting in church. He said he had just finally got a cushion and he had like a couple $1 million, something like that. I don't know, something like that. And so he said he heard it loud and clear that he needed to get, he just heard. See, some of you walking from a knowingness is a different walk of life. And so he said that he just knew. See, a lot of times you try to say like, what's God and what's the enemy? God is going to require you to take faith moves. God is going to require you to do something that it's clarity in it. Like there might be some fear. You're going to feel nervous and it's going to hit you at the pit of your stomach. When I heard go to California, it hit me at the pit of my stomach. There was an unrest, but I knew that was fact. I knew that I needed to get there. I didn't know how, and I definitely didn't have any money to get there, but I knew that that's where I needed to be. And I didn't know the reason. So this pastor hears, give everything to invest, sow this seed into TD Jakes. Now, TD Jakes at that time had money. He had so can you imagine where you're like, okay, now wait a minute. I'm trying to come up. Blind faith. That's what my Auntie Brenda just said. Blind faith. So he gives the money. He said he talked to his wife. He was like, hey, she was like, what? And he was like, I just heard that I need to give, this money. She was like, wait, what? Who told you that? Are you sure that was Jesus? I don't know. We need to pray. Let's go pray and fast and let's go think about it. Let's go do. He like, look. So he made the seed. He sowed the seed. See, that's the whole thing about spending money. If you feel like you're spending money all the time, if you look, let's see I don't even know. Let's look at the definition. Let's ask Siri. Okay, y'all, let's ask Siri because we got to talk to Siri because she be giving us wisdom. Hold on. What's the definition of spend?
As a verb, it means turn or cause to turn or whirl around quickly. Do you want to hear the next one?
Okay, that's my accent. Spend. Okay, Siri not listening to me. Hold on. Siri.
I'm here.
What is the definition of spend?
As a verb, it means pay out money in buying or hiring goods or services. Do you want to hear the remaining one?
Okay, so pay out money. So now, if spend means pay out money, I want to circulate my money because I want it to come back to me like a boomerang. I'm a boomerang this money. We're going to stop saying spend. I boomerang my big. I just, Siri has an accent. Oh yeah, I made her sound like, Siri don't know my accent because every time I say something, she always like making the words She makes E's eyes. And I'm like, I know I don't sound like that, but obviously I do. But listen, let's boomerang. I boomerang some money on some bills. I boomerang some money because that means it's going to come back to me. Spending is just paying it out. I'm trying to boomerang it. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to circulate it. You know what I'm saying? So listen, think about this. When you sow a seed, whether it's financial, whether it's whatever, you have to expect that you're sowing your thought process. You have to train yourself to not be like, oh, I just put gas in my car. Golly, that gas was expensive. I just spent all that money on gas. I just spent all that money on, I done paid too much for it. You have to be careful with how you're seeing things and how you're sowing seeds, because the person who allowed you to get that gas, that's a business. And whether you know them or not, you're blessing, you're putting food on someone's table. When you spend money at CVS, you're putting food on someone's table. When you go buy a cup of coffee, you're putting food on someone's table. You're literally boomeranging that money out. Okay. And so now that we've done business with this place, they can afford to pay the person who ring you up at the cashier. They can afford to keep the lights on. They can afford to whatever. So listen, don't be mad because you're boomeranging your money all over town. Come on, somebody. Boomerang. I'm gonna get a merchandise. I'm gonna get a Shopify store. We need all these things on t-shirts. We need all the reminders. Do you know that, like, the reason why I like to keep affirmations everywhere and big pictures that say faith and faith and faith and faith, because I want all these messages talking to me when I'm not even thinking about them. I just so used to seeing faith. So I naturally just think faith action. I'm so used to seeing boomerang. I naturally expect money to come back to me. I'm so used to seeing, you know what I'm saying? Peace, love, joy. I naturally vibrate peace, love, joy. Everybody wants to be around me because why? I give them peace, love, joy. I remind them that God exists. I remind them that they can forgive. I remind you that you get to be happy now. Not when I lose weight, not when I get divorced, not when now. Because we serve a right now God. Come on, somebody. I'm just saying, lately I've been saying to myself, I spend my money wisely, whether I spend it on bills, myself, or others. Listen, and the whole thing is your intention behind it, right? So it's your intention behind it. And if that's what you're saying, it helps you and works for you, own it. Boom. Because at the end of the day, we need to be wise, right? But it's all about how you position what you're doing. So my point is, when you give, make sure that anything you give is always sowing a seed. It's always sowing a seed. Always sowing a seed. I'm going to dedicate my time to making more videos for my business this weekend. That's my goal. Boom. So everybody prove it this weekend. I'm done. Prove it. Prove that you believe in yourself. Prove that you believe in your business. Prove that you believe in your love. Prove that you believe in whatever it is that comes to your heart. Just prove that you believe it. Choice HR sent a request to be in your video. Let me see. That's the mission. Prove that you believe in whatever it is by taking action. By doing something, even if you don't have all the details. Margaret say, boomerang. What's up, Drinks by Explosive? What's up, boo? You guys, follow her page. She got the best freaking punch. Drinks by Explosive on Instagram. And this is just, when I drank that punch, I was like, there's no way. It's like diabetic approved. It's so good. You ever drink something, you just want to drink so much, you just be like, oh my God, it's so good. Like, I ain't never tasted nothing like that. And it's healthy. What? How did you come up with that? So, so here's the deal. This weekend, we are proving it. And she ships to y'all, so it don't matter that she's not in your state. Hey, Choice HR, are you trying to be in my video? You guys that are just joining, prove it. Prove that you believe in your business. Prove by taking a risk, posting a video. Like somebody just said, they're going to post more videos. Walk away from this video looking at what can I prove? I want to show God that I believe he's great by walking in abundant mindset versus lack mentality. I'm going to show God that I'm so grateful for him by sowing a seed and trusting that everything I spend out comes back to me 10 times. I'm going to prove it by investing in my mindset, listening to an audio this weekend and just pouring into my soul and my heart. I'm going to prove it by going and cleaning out my car. I'm preparing for that new car. So I'm going to treat my current car like it's already the new car. I'm going to love on it. I'm going to rub on it. I'm going to clean it up. I'm going to prove it by going and helping. Prove that I love my parents by going and helping do something that I see they've been struggling with, that they don't know how to. I'm just going to go do it. I ain't going to go to announce. No, I'm just going to go do it. Prove it, prove it, prove it. That's it. That's what we're doing this weekend. We proving it. I'm in London promoting my book. Go ahead, boo. I love it. We worldwide. So listen, if you've enjoyed this, prove it by taking action. Okay? Prove it by going to LakeishaMichelle.com and signing up for the free newsletter, you guys, where I send out content. If you know that you want to change your thinking and change your life, then you just be in the energy of all. I share so many resources, different classes and workshops that I'm having. This weekend, tomorrow morning, I'm having the 2K in 3 days workshop where I'm going to literally give you step-by-step strategy on creating 2K in 3 days. 2K, for those of you that don't know, that's $1,000. And so what better way than to prove it by giving you the exact strategy so that you can put the strategy in place. Look at that. Okay. This is, you can actually get it at LakeishaMichelle.com. It's a $21 workshop, 21 bucks, 21 bucks. All right. And you guys, that's just, I'm just trying to show you that, prove it, prove it this weekend. So what you're going to do is, go to LakeishaMichelle.com and join us. A $21 workshop. We having it tomorrow at 9 a.m. If you can't make it, you'll get the replay sent out to you automatically. You keep everything forever. You can watch it over and over. I'm going to outline to you the concept, the strategies to sell, and you literally just do it until it becomes the thing that happens for you, like this, right? And so a lot of you guys quit too soon, by the way. Quit too freaking soon. Don't quit. Get the strategy and do the strategy because the strategy works, and do it and do it and do it and do it until it becomes second nature. You're going to look up and go, man, I do this in my sleep. That's what I'm trying to get you to get. So that workshop is a literally $21 offer. Super, super dope. You don't want to leave this earth knowing you had so much potential in you. Exactly. You want to die empty. So I'm going to hang out on Instagram for a little bit, not too long. If you guys want to go live on Instagram, meet me over there. Go to Instagram.com/LakeishaMichelle. And any questions? I freaking love your energy. Thank you. Hi, Karamish. Karmarish, hope I said your name right. Nicole, Mom and Biz, Just Me Lee, Margaret, my Aunt Brenda, Deborah, JM, Steve, Lashig, Mark, Kanedrick, Tiffany, D. Lee, Nashone. What's up, y'all? I don't see any comments on here. So Facebook, I'm logging off. I'm going to hang out on Instagram. If you have a question, I'm going to add you to the video.